You've been across this all day, and talk to us. It seems to be investments is where they're really splashing the cash.
Exactly. They just barely missed on earnings and revenue because this cost of revenue jumped actually 60% from a year before. I think that though investors are okay to take a hit on the profit margins at this point because they're seeing a lot of growth in other revenue streams. They're not just relying on their old growth engine of mobile gaming, but they've also been expanding into cloud computing, into mobile payments, into a lot of new content and the video business as well.
I mean, when you look at a profit up 47%, most would die for that sort of a number, not be too upset by it. But give us your sense of video and cloud. Is this really where we're seeing the losses come in?
It was really interesting because on the earnings call, management reiterated over and over again why video is just so important. There are pretty significant losses in that business, but Tencent, like Baidu and Alibaba, they're all pummeling billions of dollars to not only acquire content, but also to make the content. Because they realize that taking a loss in the short term is worth it. Because video is such an important way to make advertising dollars, to get subscription dollars, and to really hone people into their ecosystem. Good content is what drives users, and also, like Amazon, they know that content is what's going to drive more people to their platform.
Now, I'm fascinated by the new mini programs. Now, this is all to do with basically an app within the own WeChat app that stops you ever gravitating out of it. You can order cars, you can order your food. How much is this really catching on for WeChat, and how much is it a threat potentially to some of the app stores of Apple and Android for the like?
The rollout of the mini app got a lot of attention because, as you've said, it seems to be a potential threat to Apple, the App Store in China, as well as the Android stores. They didn't give a ton of details on the actual metrics of this. They did say that the purpose of this isn't really to monetize, but to make it easier for users. They used Mobike as an example. It's a bike sharing program in China. You can scan a QR code and then the mini app immediately pops up within WeChat. They say that this type of ecosystem building has created more downloads within the App Store as well as within the mini app, because it's a pretty high barrier of entry to get people to actually download something. So this way someone can just access something without leaving WeChat, and then if they really like it, they'll download it too.
Now, I think one really key headline that caught my attention was a potential IPO coming. It's a spinning off of its ebooks part of the business. Why would it divest of that, Selina?
Tencent is such a behemoth. I think we forget that they have so many different businesses, even online books. It's very much kind of like the Kindle part of Amazon. They sell electronic books, and this is actually a really enormous business in China. Their number of paying subscribers actually more than doubled over the past year to 2.5 million paying subscribers. So they see this as a significant business that could grow even more as a separate part of the company. It could bring shareholder value. In 2014, sources told Bloomberg that it was valued at about $2 billion. So when this does go public, presumably later this year, it will be very closely watched, especially since the IPO of Mar.22 was a little iffy.